Disney princesses have always been known for their charms and beauty, with a Prince Charming that serves as their better half. But in this day and age, we've witnessed how princesses have evolved, one of which is Moana, who broke the stereotype of being a Disney princess. For today's video, we'll be listing down reasons why Moana is one of the best Disney princess movies yet, so make sure you keep watching to find out more. For starters, Moana's story steered clear away from the usual stories we've seen in Disney films. She didn't need saving from Prince Charming. The plot of Moana deviates from the standard Disney princess movie plot. Moana is independent of the beginning, a strong leader, and resilient. And she is not white. She does not need to be saved by a man, and she does not have to end up with her Prince Charming. We finally got to witness a woman take the lead in a movie and stay in the lead without a romantic aspect to fall back on, thanks to Moana, which smashed the glass ceiling for the lack of accurate representation in Disney movies. The women in the majority of Disney princess flicks often rely on the men to thrive, or in some circumstances even to survive. For instance, Snow White needed a kiss from Prince Charming to awaken from the poisoned apple-induced coma. Given that this is a damsel in distress scenario, it is absolutely horrifying to any grown woman watching the movie and also condones sexual harassment. How many ladies in the real world would accept a stranger kissing them while they were asleep? Nearly none is the response. The plot of Cinderella revolves entirely around her search for a Prince Charming to escape her terrible stepfamily. One of the most typical themes in Disney princess films is reliance on a Prince Charming. Another reason why we call her the best is that she didn't need to be romantically paired with anyone. Fortunately, the conventional Prince Charming stereotype does not exist in Moana, so viewers need not be concerned. When we first saw Moana, we thought that Moana would fall in love with demigod Maui and that they would work together to restore the ocean's heart under Maui's able leadership. We weren't expecting to be able to witness a Disney princess family being true to herself and concentrating on supporting the people she already loves. The absence of romance in this film really helped Moana to grow as a woman. On top of that, Moana is the leading character in the movie. She's the one in charge. It is quite uncommon for a girl to be portrayed in a position of authority in movies. Women are raised to believe that never being in charge is the norm. Additionally, a Disney princess movie is often expected to have some form of romance element. Plus, she represents an accurate representation of women of color, something Disney terribly lacks. One of the other most prevalent princess stereotypes in Disney is the lack of accurate portrayal. There is something to be gained from movies, despite some people's doubts as to why we are delving so deeply into a Disney princess movie as a form of representation. Early experiences have an impact on how we think and behave as adults. John Smith only puts down his rifle to her because of her beauty in Pocahontas, a terrible and inaccurate portrayal. She also has traits more like those of an animal than a human, which makes it simpler for the audiences to believe that indigenous people are not on the same level as other humans. Yes, Disney films have featured diversity in the past, but a lot of that diversity turned out to be overly racist. For instance, the Middle Eastern set movie Aladdin has numerous explicitly racist phrases, scenes, and other cliches. Disney later revised the opening song's lyrics, which originally stated, "Barbaric, but hey, it's home. If you steal in the brutal city of Agrabah, you lose your hand." Although some extremist groups continue to cut off hands as a form of theft, this is not a true representation of the Middle East as a whole. Jasmine was frequently shown as an item rather than a person. She was treated like a prize to be won. In addition, Jasmine's love for Aladdin is the only source of her independence. The other women in the Agrabah were characterized as sex workers or as being older, less attractive, or both. The sex workers surrounded Aladdin and showed no interest in him because he was not wealthy. Aladdin is then permitted into the sex workers' room, but once he changed into Prince Ali, everyone became fixated on him, leading to a bigger point that most of the female characters in Disney princess films preferred to pursue powerful men rather than aspire to achieve their own level of success. Years before Google was a tool that we could all use at our leisure, Aladdin was published in 1992. And did we say Moana is an independent woman? Because she is, and she gets the job done. Disney's Moana is a first step in empowering others through truthful representation, letting kids and young adults who watch the movies know that they are capable of greatness. It eventually demonstrates a lady who is self-reliant and can complete the task at hand. She is not made to resemble an animal by Disney. Rather, they treat her as a member of her society. In these films, we at last witness the truthful portrayal we have been searching searching for. Another reason why we love her is that Disney actually took their time to do research on the culture of Polynesia, which they managed to represent well. Disney's first Polynesian princess was featured in Moana, and the movie's creators took the time to learn about Moana's history and culture. By visiting Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga as part of their research, they could accurately analyze the culture. The songs that were featured in Moana were not obviously racist, in contrast to Aladdin. Instead, the song lyrics of Moana provided more information about her life and identity. Only about 3,000 individuals worldwide know the Tagalog language, which is used in the song We Know the Way. Although the song is challenging to translate, it essentially talks about Moana's tribe and their love of exploration. And on the get-go, Moana is treated with equal respect as her father and members of the community. She didn't need a man at her side to earn it. Moana is not regarded less favorably in the film just because she is a woman. Rather, she is accepted as an equal and the legitimate heir to her father's position as chief. In contrast to earlier princesses who required a husband to become queen, such as in Princess Diaries 2, she does not need a husband to one day become chief. Throughout the film, Moana's personality evolved and matured without losing her independence or sense of adventure. She imparted a sense of resiliency that Disney tends to give most Disney princesses, in addition to her inherent qualities. Moana perseveres on her trip even when she considers giving up because the ocean constantly serves as a reminder of why she is looking for the heart of Te Fiti. Because Moana embarks on her trip for her family and her people rather than to win over a guy, her story is distinct from those of the other Disney princesses. Speaking of men, we mentioned earlier that the movie didn't include a romantic interest for Moana, which in turn eliminated the trope of getting married to get her happily ever after. Contrary to other Disney films, this one doesn't have a happily ever after marriage as its resolution. To heal the ocean's heart, Moana sets off on a voyage to track down the demigod Maui. Moana persists in her quest to mend the ocean's heart despite Maui's continual bullying and treatment of her as a youngster. She defends herself and demonstrates to Maui that she is a strong woman who is capable of achieving anything she puts her mind to. Girls are encouraged to speak their minds and to demonstrate to others that their words have strength and influence by watching Moana stand up for herself. Kids must understand that Moana represents qualities other than those of a classic Disney princess, like independence, perseverance, and strength. Children are unable to develop the willpower to aspire to be more than stereotypes when there is a lack of realistic depiction in the media. To wrap this up, we could say that Disney is showing signs of improvement in narrating women's stories. They still have a long way to go, but at least they're showing signs of progress. Disney princess films can also succeed more generally if there is greater diversity among the princesses and if they are not exclusively cisgender. Instead, Disney should make a special effort to include people of all ages, genders, races, and nationalities in its productions. Additionally, if a romantic element is included in the film, they must give a true picture of these backgrounds to impart knowledge that educates young children seeing these films that love is love. And with that, we're concluding today's video about why the movie Moana is one of the best Disney princess movies yet. Apart from Moana, which Disney princess do you think was also portrayed accurately? Let us know in the comment section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. Thanks for watching and see you next time.